What's up, everybody? You're watching #homeless. Day 41. Day 41. I don't even know where to start today. Start with the news. I don't know. I was reading the news yesterday and I saw something pretty interesting. In the new Joe Biden economy, it seems like Hooters is going to abruptly close 40 locations, citing rampant inflation. So, isn't rampant inflation the reason why Hooters was successful in the first place? Well, I guess not. I guess it was really the chicken wings after all. And the only reason I even pay attention to this is because it makes me remember the time my mom, bless her soul, she was visiting me in Pittsburgh, and I always tried to take my mom to unique places where she could try something new, but she was one of those travelers that just stick to what they know. She'd come down to Pittsburgh and say something like, Ooh, I wonder what the Olive Garden is like down here. And I'd be like, Mom, come on, man. There's 100 different places that we can go today that you're never going to be able to go anywhere else you go, anywhere. Why don't we try something new? You know what you're going to get at the Olive Garden. But this one time we were out with my dad, my younger sister, and my 8-year-old daughter. And my mom says, I'm treating everyone to Hooters. And I'm like, come on, Mom. No. But unfortunately, I lost that argument, and I got to sit with my family for a nice, wholesome dinner at Hooters, hoping that my little girl isn't picking up any ideas about where she wants to work when she goes to college. In fact, that's the only time I've ever been to Hooters. I feel like Hooters is for, simps that had some money left over from the strip club last night and who want some whore to come flirt with them, but the only reason she's doing it is because she lives off of your tips. I've got better things to do. But don't worry, I don't think any of these girls are going to have trouble finding new work. Back when my mom took me to that wholesome dinner at Hooters, they didn't have OnlyFans. And, the gig economy is where it's at these days, so I think these girls are going to be just fine. Don't worry about them. Let's see, the guy, the library. Yesterday was tough, and I'm just not in a good mood today. My entire day was just a waste of time sitting at social services, and it started out sitting at the library, and there are at least 20 different desks to sit at. And this one guy, he comes in, he's kind of weird. I've talked to him a few times, and then I'm like, okay, I'm good. I don't want to do this anymore. But he comes in, and he always, wherever I'm sitting in the library, he comes and he sits at the desk right across from me, and then just stares at me. And I'll be staring down at my computer, headphones in. I've gotten to the point where I won't even look up and make eye contact because that's just going to be a mistake. And all he does is stare at me, just stares at me from across the desk, like this close. And I'm just trying to get my work done. Come on, man. And so I'm not even looking at him. I'm not responding to him, and things are just getting weird. So yesterday he sat across from me, talking to me, having a whole conversation for 10 minutes about all kinds of stuff. And I never heard a word he was saying. I had my headphones in. I'm listening to a podcast and I'm working on stuff. I wasn't paying any attention. You can call me a jerk if you want, but at this point you would have done the same thing. I guarantee you. And if I did respond to him, then that would be the end of it. Until I pack my stuff and go take a lunch break, he'll sit there and just have a conversation with you. But it's one of those conversations where you're not talking, you're just listening to a guy talk to you. So, but he kind of walks around and he does this to random people all day, but when he decides to sit down, no matter, there could be 50 empty desks all over the place, he'll pick the desk right in front of me and sit. You could be in a bathroom with 50 empty urinals along the wall, and he's going to come stand at the urinal right next to you and look over and say, "Hey, how's it going?" Like, let me have a moment's peace, dude. Seriously. The Jamestown Library, man, it's basically the Jamestown Homeless Day Shelter, because the homeless shelters kick everyone out at 9 in the morning and they won't let you back in until 4 p.m. So everybody goes to the library. But I'm not lying. I'd rather listen to the guy who complains about Donald Trump all day than the guy sitting directly across from me staring at me for 2 straight hours. I would rather listen to that guy. And he was back yesterday. He was dipping his toe in the water. He was dipping his toe in the water. I saw him. And I'm like, oh, here he is. But he was quiet. He was quiet all morning. And then sometime in the afternoon, I heard him start to complain to somebody about Donald Trump. And that person walked away, didn't want to listen to him, and then he went back to being quiet. So it's just a matter of time before he's back to his old shenanigans of sitting for whatever it is, 9 in the morning to 7 p.m., so 10 hours straight of complaining about Donald Trump. It's coming. But, you know, he got kicked out of the library the other day, so now he's just dipping his toe in the water to see if the water's warm yet to jump back in. Anyway, so I'm like, I have to go to the bathroom. I pack up. I have to go. I have all these busy work appointments down at social services. So I go to the bathroom, and there's a guy in the stall with his pants around his ankles. You know the drill. And all you can hear coming from inside the stall is, "Owie! Oh my God, it hurts. Oh, it hurts so bad. Oh, I can't even fart. Oh my God. Oh, it hurts so bad. Oh." And I'm just like, oh man, what is going on here? I don't even want to know what that stall's going to look like if I have to go to the bathroom again this afternoon. So I just did what I had to do and got out of there as quick as I could. And I mean, I felt sorry for the guy. You know, the last time I had a dump like that was the morning after eating a spicy chicken sandwich at Wendy's. And, you know, I didn't even know there was a Wendy's here in Jamestown, but I guess you learn something new every day. I spent some time, I had time to kill before my social services appointment. So I walked around a new part of Jamestown, and I got to see a whole bunch of new boarded up businesses and condemned houses. You know, a whole nother section that I didn't even see, that I've never seen before. So, wow, that was interesting. Some sightseeing. And then I get back to social services, and outside the door, there's a guy. He's sitting on the ground outside the door, literally just sitting there going, and like I can't get a break. I cannot get a break. It does not matter where I am. I can't. I need a break. I think I am going to grab my backpack and head to the woods and just stay in the surrounding woods for a few days. Maybe go use my EBT card, stock up on groceries, because I need some time away. I need to get away from this. It's really digging in. I get inside social services, and I'm sitting in the waiting room, and there's a woman sitting there in her pajamas. I guess she was too busy doing nothing today, and she didn't have time to put on pants. So, you know, I'm just going to go downtown and do my thing wearing my pajamas today. You know, that's what people do now, I guess. And then another woman comes walking into the waiting room, and she's pushing this, I guess it was a stroller, but it was like twice as big. It was like 2 of these Sam's Club size shopping carts that you know, the shopping carts that you see when you go shopping at Sam's Club. with these big giant monster truck tires on it. And I glance over and there's like 6 babies in this thing. And they're all in their own little compartment. And I'm like, I don't even want to know what's going on here. I think this is the same baby stroller that the Octomom chick needed to get. So I get done at social services, and when you have to go through this metal detector and this whole shakedown by a sheriff's deputy. And whenever I go in there with my laptop bag, he makes me set it in this room off to the side. Man, I can't even keep a straight face. So I go and get my laptop bag, and next to my bag, there's a radio flyer wagon. Like straight up radio flyer wagon that you would pull around as a little kid. And sitting in the radio flyer wagon is a big giant bird cage. And there's 2 cats inside the bird cage sleeping in it. So, I guess, if you bring a laptop bag or you bring a wagon full of cats, you have to leave it inside this room before you can go into the offices at the social services. So, I'm not trying to judge. You're going to disagree in the comments, but I'm really trying not to judge. But I need a break. I need a break from this, and I'm not going to get one because, this is Jamestown, baby. I've been watching The Chosen for quite a while. It's the show about Jesus and his disciples. Very well done. Very good show. The one thing that Jamestown reminds me of when I'm watching this show are all the crowds of lepers and the broken people who are constantly chasing after Jesus all over Judea when all they're doing is trying to be healed. And even Jesus's followers would sit there and get in their path and be like, "Be gone, leper! Go away, leper! Get out of here!" And Jesus would have to turn around and calm down all of his disciples before going over to heal all of these broken people because the disciples couldn't even deal with it anymore. So, it is what it is, man. If Jesus came back to earth and showed up to heal all the broken people in Jamestown, this guy would have his hands full. That's all I'm saying. He would be a busy, busy guy. And yeah, I know I'm going to hell for all the things that I'm saying. And in fact, I honestly, sometimes I think I'm already there. And before you go and call the straitjacket people and tell them you got a lunatic walking around the streets of Jamestown, I just want you to know what I'm about to tell you. It's a joke. I don't really mean it. I need to put out that disclaimer there. But in this situation, man, it's difficult for someone with an active imagination to not wonder, you know what? What if I really did get shot in the head by the FBI that night they came to my house? What if they did shoot me in the head and it was so quick I never even heard the gunshot? And what if I am in hell? What if I ended up in hell? But what they say about hell, it's eternity. Hell is eternity. So, maybe they don't just throw you right into the lake of fire with all the weeping and the gnashing of teeth on day one. Maybe they hold off the fire and the brimstone. What if? What if Satan is just messing with you for 20 to 30 years, letting you think that you're still alive before letting you in on the big secret? Wouldn't that be a much better way to torture someone who's spending eternity in hell? Think about it. If you think about all the time that the scientists tell us between when the dinosaurs were walking the earth and today, the millions and billions of years and all of that, and if you add all that time up, it's just a drop in the bucket compared to eternity. So why not? If I were Satan, I would surely do things like that to all the new arrivals in my underworld. Like maybe putting someone in prison for 20 months. And then when you get released and you're about to be full of hope, hey, guys, come here, watch this. We're going to send them to Jamestown, New York, where it's even worse than prison, and let them lose even more hope. Watch this, guys. It's going to be great. Hey, Azrael, come over here. You're going to love this. So, let's just keep messing with this guy for another 20 years, letting him think he's still alive. And then maybe we'll show him the lake of fire. Maybe we'll let him go on a camping trip. And when he's chilling by the edge of this nice, peaceful lake, we just light the thing on fire. Boom, the big reveal. I mean, that's what I would do if I were Satan and knew people were constantly showing up to the underworld. I mean, it's eternity. I'm going to get bored. I'm going to have to come up with different ways to mess with these people. So, I'd be bored real quick if I'm just tossing them straight into the lake of fire and watching them burn for all eternity. Eternity's a really, really long time. So we've got time to mess with these people. Have you ever seen how a cat will just play with a mouse instead of eating it and just torture the mouse? Maybe that's what hell is like. Maybe they just mess with you and just ramp it up just a little bit. So I don't know what stage of hell comes after Jamestown, New York, but I don't even want to think about it, to be honest. Let's see. I've got random people reaching out to me, and I get lots and lots of interesting emails from all kinds of people, direct messages, not just the comments. And people find me. I made myself purposely easy to find. I'm not trying to hide at this point. It's pointless. So I've had different interesting conversations. There's one I wanted to talk about. I think I'll save it for another day. Yesterday, I got a message on LinkedIn from someone who runs an ORM company. And I had to roll my eyes because now I've got to look up some new corporate acronym, and that's something I end up having to do at least 5 times a day. I worked at one company where I had to create my own acronym dictionary file, because every day I'd be sitting in meetings at this place and there would be 10 or 20 new acronyms and corporate buzzwords that I would hear. And I'd be like, I don't know what, it's almost like they're speaking Chinese, and I've never understood Chinese. And it's just, I can't understand what these people are talking about sometimes. So I write down all of these acronyms, these buzzwords, and then I try to look them up when nobody's looking. But at this company, half of the acronyms wouldn't even be on Google because they were company specific. They were specific to that organization, and you would have to work there to know what they mean. So every now and then I'd pull a coworker into a one-on-one meeting and just say, hey, can we have a talk? Whoa, Adam, what's going on? And I would have to say, I need to ask if you can help me with my company acronym dictionary. And, of course, the person I'm talking to starts laughing hysterically to the point they're almost falling out of their chair. And even though I'm asking someone one-on-one and they think it's hilarious, they might only be able to give me 10 out of the 20 that I'm missing, because even they don't know all the acronyms that the company uses, and they've been with the company for 10 years. So ORM, Online Reputation Management. And I'm like, really? You're reaching out to me? And I'm thinking to myself, is this just another blind message that you get from someone on LinkedIn who never bothered to check out my online reputation before reaching out? You get all kinds of weird spammy emails and messages on LinkedIn. But I couldn't, this one was a little bit like, So, I'm like, did she really do a Google search on me before finding me on LinkedIn, or am I just one of 100 random message blasts that this, person blasted out today? If an online reputation management professional can fix my online reputation, then he or she is going to have some serious street cred. I'm surprised I haven't had 20 of these online reputation managers banging down my virtual door trying to get me as a client. And so I responded to her message, and I asked her, did you perform a Google search on me before reaching out? Because I'm only curious because my online reputation is destroyed beyond repair, if I'm being honest. But if someone in your line of work could repair that damage, That would be just like someone raising the Titanic from the ocean floor and making it float again. And so, yeah, the person got back to me, found me on YouTube, and fully agreed with me that, yes, fixing your online reputation is going to be a bit of a challenge. So we're having a nice conversation, and, who knows what'll happen from there, but believe me, if this person can fix my online reputation, then this person deserves $1 million. So we're just going to go there. But, LinkedIn, man, a lot of people in the comments have been telling me about all the fake job postings on LinkedIn, Indeed, etc. And in my specific line of work as a user experience designer, I do not see I don't see any fake job postings. There could be job postings for companies that aren't really looking for somebody, but I wouldn't call those fake. It would be really easy for someone who does what I do to sniff out a scam like that, especially if it's a post geared towards the stuff we do. But I applied for a few generic IT jobs, like help desk jobs, and I discovered really quick that all of these job postings were fake. They were just honeypots or lead magnets for scammers to get your contact information, and that's all it was. And, when I was using Indeed to just see what would come up if I looked for local jobs like general labor, everything on those on those job boards were filled with scams. It was nothing but scams. Scams that a 10-year-old could figure out were a scam. Tons and tons of fake spammy job posts. So the more professional the job you're looking for, the lower the chance that it's going to be a scammy post or a scam in general. But now I've seen something that Indeed is doing, and it's a scam. They're sending you emails now that seem like they're being sent to you by someone at a particular company with a job posting, and the email will say, "Hey, we came across your profile and we think that you would be a good fit for this role at our company. Feel free to check out the job description and apply if you're interested." And they word it in such a way that you think you might be easily tricked into thinking somebody at the company reached out to you and wants you to apply for this job because they saw your profile, they saw your resume. Nope, it's fake. These are AI-generated emails being sent to you by Indeed based on keyword matches between a job description and your profile. And the first time this happened to me, I got duped. I said, "Oh, wow, that's cool. They reached out to me." And I went back and I even said in the cover letter, "Thanks for reaching out to me." And after getting two or three more of these things, I noticed that the wording was almost identical every time. And wow, man, what a low, conniving, dirty, rotten thing to do to people, Indeed. That is some garbage right there. That is some serious trash. You shouldn't even be allowed to do that. So, now if I get one of these, they're going straight to the trash and I won't even apply for the job. And so there you go, companies. If you have a company and you're going to allow Indeed to send me artificially generated emails to make me think that you reached out to me to apply for a job at your company, I'm throwing it in the trash and I'm not going to apply. Now, granted, I know that you're not going to be too upset that the, convicted felon doesn't want to work for your company, but there's going to be hundreds of other people that are tired of this kind of trash, and they are not going to want to fill out the application either. So keep that in mind. If that's what you're going to do, you're going to drive the best people away from your job by doing it. Guaranteed. People are getting tired of this nonsense. So anyway, but these job postings, the job posting itself, if I do click on the email that I'm getting, the fake email that I got, it'll tell me that hundreds of people have already applied to the job. So why do you even have to come at me with this fake AI-generated email to trick me into going to apply for a job that 300 people already applied for? Really? Like, they didn't get enough applicants today? Like, come on, man. That is such crap. So, yeah, I don't know why they need to scam people. If I was the hiring manager and I found out Indeed was doing this without my knowledge, I would be pissed off. And I would ditch Indeed in a heartbeat. I'd go to... But all of them are doing it now. All of them are doing it. So, I don't know. I mean, I got some more. I've got nothing but stories to tell. Let's see. But I'm done with this. Story time's over. Today is my only day this week to get things done. Social services wasted most of my day yesterday, and they gave me a list of appointments. There's so much paperwork and so many appointments on my schedule now for social services. I'm literally going to have to be spending 30 to 40 hours a week filling out paperwork and doing busy work and going to appointments every week for social services. And hopefully, the job that I'm supposed to start tomorrow, they still haven't come at me to say, hey, never mind, we saw your background check. So, we're one day away. We're almost 24 hours away from starting, but the last time this happened to me, they waited until about 12 hours before I was supposed to come in before they told me to hit the road. So who knows what's going to happen there. I'm fingers crossed, and I still haven't heard back from the software company that I interviewed with. It'll be a week as of today. We did have a brief conversation a couple of days after the interview, but I think it's definitely the time for me to follow up and just see if anything's moving forward there. I don't know that getting that job would solve all my problems right now, and it would be a great place to work. I can already tell. It would be a good place. It would match my skills. It would be something I could sink my teeth into and just get on with my life and really dedicate myself to. It would help me put my life back together quickly, and it would allow me the freedom to do something better with this YouTube channel than sitting in front of a phone talking to you guys for half an hour a day. So fingers crossed there. I don't know what's going to happen. I'm trying not to think negative, but every day that goes by that I'm not hearing something, I do get a little bit more negative. But really, I'm not going to know till I know. And then I did get another job lead yesterday from a recruiter. I don't know if this recruiter is reputable or not. I'll have to see. I'm going to have to make a phone call this morning. They're really coming after me. They really want me to call. I sent my credentials via email, and they want me to call. So that's a good sign. I'm constantly planting seeds. Every time something stalls over here, something picks up over there. Every time something falls apart over there, something new comes up over here. So it's just a matter of time. But like I've been saying, it's July of 2022 was the last time I got a good night of sleep and got a day of rest. July of 2022. And now we're closing in on July 2024. How do you go 2 years without a day of rest? God himself took a day off after he created the universe and all the things in this world. But I can't get a day off in 2 years. I think, Jesus help me, please. I need a day off. I think he knows. And I don't know. I have this feeling that he's got my back. And I'm just going to go with it because I got no other choice. And with that, I'm going to let you all go, and we'll talk tomorrow. Have a good one, everyone.